All right, here we are, once more on the shores of Vengeance Island, where we are going to carry on with whatever we can do to allow the last 4 of our remaining pips to survive the challenges that they have ahead of them, including risking leaving this graveyard poisoned for a little while so that we can fight back against the sickness domain before we have big regret beans over there. And that means having a new helper for Wistyfish. Glarn. Congratulations, Glarn. The only one of our 3 or 4 villagers who happens to be untrained. That's you. Now you're going to be trained. The training is attempting to keep us alive. Always a good thing. And I think I might have some of our other pips go and like either work on getting some heat protection or go ahead and maybe spend a little bit of time like crying at the graveyard so that they can try to get some hope back, because that's not fun to see that go the direction it's going either. Captain, truly, was that truly necessary to go ahead and have yet another distressed event? I don't know if it was. We really need to have a conversation about these things. But I mean, we're still here. We probably shouldn't be. It does seem like a little bit of a mistake that we are still surviving, but what can I say? Also, let's go ahead and free some of these pips up because here's a grave that has 3 pips in it. Here's a grave that has 2 pips in it. Ironically, I was hoping that the graveyards would help to disperse the threat, but the only graveyard we can go to is the poisoned one. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna dig this up. Let's dig up the poisoned graveyard. And let's see. I'm gonna need some hemp. And then let's dig up the poisoned graveyard. We already have other graves we can go ahead and use, like this one and this one. These 2 even could go ahead and hold both those bodies. And then we'd have somewhere to go where 3 of our pips could go cry, as weird as that sounds. And then we can have our other pips prepare what we need for infusions, so we'd be able to get a little bit more of the sickness domain defeated that way. Juggling graves. Having to dig up the body of the dead and then rebury them. The things we must do in the name of vengeance. And upon reflection, with my consultation, Captain, the next season is coming upon us. Really, Captain? Must we? Right this moment. Okay, let's see. Hope there. That's not gonna really help. Berry Pip. And then, let's see, no worker available. Berry Pip. And then we have that, so maybe make infusion? Or maybe work on hope? Would that be any decent? Let's see. We would need 19 more hope. But we could start making a little bit of a teeny tiny itty bitty like dent, except people would start getting hungry. Darn it. Having to juggle graves is a little bit tricky, but maybe we'll still be okay somehow. Because at least we have a lot of hope we can generate all at once if we have 4 people crying at the graves all together. There is that. There is that. And maybe if we have a hopeful outcome, like a good outcome on our hope, then we'll have something really nice happen. See, look at that. Now we're making a bit of a dent. It's not as big of a dent as one would hope, especially because, you know, somebody's gonna have to cook next time. But it's better than nothing. So we're like at the 3 grave there. We're gonna need more. Oh wow, we actually have a lot of hope. Okay, let's see. And then there's 2 pips buried there, 1 pip buried there, or I don't think any pips are buried there actually. So 3, 3, 3. And then we could come over and we could get even more hope thanks to Wistyfish. Let's do it! If we are able to go ahead and fight this off because we were crying at the graves of our friends, I'm going to be amazed. But also, that seems so fitting for the very idea of vengeance itself, doesn't it? Let's do this. This is why my wonderful, beloved Chips, you know, my husband, my best friend, the love of my life, we discussed at length as we stared at some beautiful birds. Where is the story of our Pips' lives? Is it the story that we have when we are successful, when we defeat the apocalypse? Or is it watching the struggle and strife of our Pips as they do everything they can to try to survive, including spend days meditating and crying at the grave sides of their friends and family? It's the story. Will hard mode possibly destroy us once more? Potentially. Are we still going to test our fate over and over again and begin to celebrate how far we get to go rather than if we got all the way or not? Absolutely. And now I feel better about if something not good happens to our people because, oh, I forgot about the memory beans again! Because now I'm like actually excited and looking forward to the idea of, ooh, this is new. Continuing with hard mode because I love it. Did something good happen? A clear moon. Fear threat temporarily decreased by 1. Huh. I don't know what to make of that, and we kind of need to start moving and grooving it because we're going to need to build a lot of stuff related to heat pretty soon. And we also need to like have some of our people cooking and keeping us alive. Huh. All right, let's get some surplus hope in this like joint, and then, or maybe I should get. Yeah, I want to see that completely green, and then we shall see what we can do after that, because winter is like literally tomorrow. So I'm not sure how I feel about any of this, but we're gonna find out. But yeah, so Chips and I talked about it, and even though it is a little bit of a struggle to watch our poor Pips struggle over and over again as we desperately try to make ends meet, that is, I think, where the story is. So I cannot guarantee to any of you the defeat of the spirits of the apocalypse, but the apocalypse should be hard. We should have to dig our feet in, fight unknown events that come to try to terrorize us, and see if we can make it. I feel like I just said all of that, and I might want to kind of backtrack a little because I'm a little bit like, okay, well actually, you know, when I said those things, it wasn't supposed to be this hard. There's no way to hold off on that sickness of it, huh? Let's get some of those infusions done. At least all of the graves have been tended to. Let's also go ahead, start producing some of that warmth. We don't have enough oil to get more warmth there. That's not so cool. In fact, that's actually cool. That's the problem. Okay, should we make the infusion now? Maybe not. Maybe we don't need to make the infusion as much as we might need to find a place where we can start putting down more lanterns. So somewhere like here would be a good spot. So let's get rid of this thinking bench because we could put a fishing hut right here because it's within 2 of a fish. Let's double check that to make sure. Yes. And then we could put lanterns on either side, and that will actually give us a boost to how much the lantern can produce. And or we could put another one of these oil producers there. So I may want to rescind everything I just said about hard mode being about the adventure. I know I've been wrestling with that for the last several days, but it's because I love our stories so much, and yet we must find balance. So you know what? I'm just gonna go day by day and follow my heart. And if we need to begin again with a new village, and perhaps we choose to go in a different direction, then that is what we'll do. And I'll just have to see how we feel that day, I guess. All right, so 4 poor villagers. Is everybody doing something? We've got fish, we've got oil, we've got fire. Where's my other villager? Oh, there we go. There you are, Agent Annie. You were kind of hiding in the corner there. I could have you help out with a little bit more fire. But I think it would actually be better to get this. Oh, are you kidding? Why the fishing post here? There's fishing within 2 of this. Oh man. If I put it here, I'm gonna have to destroy this. But that would give us the 2 places we need. Dang it. If I put it here, I would have to destroy this, but that would give us also the 2 places we need. Okay, that's more important, I think, even though we have a half-built, like, wood collector over there. Yeah. I'm gonna settle the issue, at least in my own heart, by saying we'll just go day by day, because that is how the stories of our poor pips and the stories that fascinate us work. All right, let's see. Raw fish needed. We have a little bit of oil to burn for a tiny bit of heat, so at least the odds are slightly in our favor. And if I can find 1 more pip right over here to go and cry at one of the graves, we shall at least have a lucky event of hope tonight. At least when we only have 4 pips, the days go by somewhat quickly because you kind of cover all the bases of what you can do fairly fast. I keep forgetting about the mushrooms of memory. We will look at the mushrooms of memory in just a moment. Technically, that would be useful on almost any other circumstance, like circumstances where you could actually get copper. We do not have the ability to get copper, but you know what we have the ability to get? Memories! Let's take a little peek at the next 2 memory beans we can at least unlock. And we have got mushrooms or geysers. Oh, that's not even a hard choice to figure out what to pick. Mushroom field. They came out of nowhere, and at first we were a bit wary of touching them, but in the end, they turned out pretty tasty. Oh, that's so cool. So we could grow mushrooms at some point, I think. Or maybe they just like pop up, which would be quite delightful. The little mushroom! Some pips swore they could tell the difference between an edible mushroom and a deadly one. Others didn't, but sadly, they're no longer here. Oh my gosh. And next we can unlock geysers if we have some good memories and are able to accomplish that, which would be quite nice. And otherwise, if we spend a couple days working on how we're feeling, can I get, okay, so I can get oil. We would only have the little itty bittiest chance of the heat, but it'd be better than nothing. So I'm gonna allow that to happen. We're gonna make some oil. We're going to build up a little bit of hope. It's not a huge edge on the hope, but we're gonna try. Come on, you 4. You will be heroes of the ages if you're able to make it through this. If we can somehow squeak by, even with a handful of pips, literally a skeleton crew at this point, pretty much, then we may be able... Oh, the heat. I ran out of oil because we have no other source of food. Well, at least we can go ahead and guarantee a good hope event, and everything else we're just gonna have to wing it. Oh, I hate seeing the sickness threat raise too. Oh, dang it. Well, we tried. I have never wanted to have so many dozens of fish in my life as I do during these days. Please just be like a random poisoned empty house that I can destroy. Please be a random poisoned empty house that I can destroy. Please, not my pips, not my 2 healers! Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Okay, that's literally all 4 of my villagers. That's not fair. That's literally not fair. My arms are crossed. My dander is up. And vengeance will be mine. That is not fair. If I had just had half the village die, we'd still have a chance. Captain? Captain. This is not over. This is not over. It looks like it's over right now. I think we technically did better than last time at least. But that is not fair. Of all of the random things we could have gotten for that event, the death of breath, at least we will remember this group for having gone ahead and giving us an opportunity. Look, we got a new high score. A new high score in less days lived than any of our other pips. So, that's a sign that progress is being made. And at least we have a new high score. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I think despite how it looks, there is hope. Maybe. That is still not fair. And I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of thought about what we might do next. I need to see if I am so hungry for vengeance that I absolutely want the next village to be the captain again. I need to see if perhaps we need to turn our attention to the shaman. But I have a feeling that this is slowly but surely becoming almost like a Moby Dick sort of situation, where I must go back out onto the seas and I must destroy these spirits. Or be destroyed. Is that what happens in the book? Because I never read it. We started listening to it on audiobook during a drive, and then we had to return it to the library. I'm gonna go consult with my husband. Wow. Well, we unlocked mushrooms, and I think maybe iron and advanced quirks. No, we unlocked iron and mushrooms this time. Let us remember vengeance every time we look at a mushroom, I suppose. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.